everyone, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year to all those that are watching after this gets posted. So if you're like a lot of people today, you're starting some kind of diet or New Year's resolution, but in this family we're going to kind of keep things going like they usually do, add a few more healthy options and some exercise, but mostly we are going to be eating our typical meals. So this is one of our favorite meals. Well, it's a dip really. My son calls it a football dip. So this is what I make every fall for football. It is a very simple recipe. Now it depends if you want to make one pot, like for your family of 4. I only use half of this block of cheese and then like 1 can of each ingredient. But for today, because it's New Year's, there's going to be a lot of college football on. Tomorrow there's going to be a lot of games on. My husband and I are actually in a fantasy league and we are competing against each other for the championship tomorrow. So we are so excited about that. I want all my focus to be on beating my husband in fantasy football. So I'm making a double pot of this. I'm using the full brick of the, Great Value brand Velveeta. I use 2 cans of this diced green chilies. Now remember, if you were just making this, say, for like your family on a Sunday or whenever you want to make a dip like this, I would just use the 1 can. But I'm doubling this so that we'll have plenty for 2 days worth. So then if you've watched any videos of mine in the past, this is my favorite tomato product, this fire roasted tomato salsa. It's essentially a ground up, more seasoned rotel. My family is just not a big fan of the big chunks of tomatoes, so I found this product at Walmart a few years ago and I absolutely love it. I add it to a lot of dishes that would be kind of make it a thicker tomato consistency. So I'm just adding 2 cans of that, and then I'm using these seasoned black beans. I've used lots of different kinds of black beans, just regular black beans and other beans too. I rinsed and drained them. I used 2 cans, even though I only show you 1 can here. And then I'm adding in this chili with no beans. Now, if you had chili with beans, I think it would be the same. You would just have more bean, less, the thick consistency that this is. But this really makes it like a chili mac kind of dip, and it gives it a lot of flavor and a lot of texture, kind of thickens it up. It's really good, and it's kind of the secret ingredient to this dip in my opinion. So after you get all of those cans added into your pot, you're just going to mix this around. It already looks, in my opinion, totally delicious. Sometimes I've added corn to this. Sometimes I don't put the green chilies in. It's really versatile. You can do what you want with it, but this is the best combination that I found, the most flavor, but it still works for picky eaters. I'm just cooking this in my Instapot today. I have done it in my crock pot before. This is about 10:45 in the morning when I was getting this going. So I always just use my pressure cook setting if I'm unsure. I make sure my knob is sealing and I just put it on for 10 minutes. It always cooks perfectly. Sometimes you can stir the cheese after you open it. So now that it's done cooking, I've let it naturally release for 7 minutes, and this is what it looks like. There are still some chunks of cheese in there, and that happens pretty often, especially if you don't exactly know the amount of time you're going to cook something for. Like the crock pot, you could open up the lid and keep it going longer. With the Instapot, you just kind of give it your best guess. At least that's what I do for most things. So I will let this thicken up a little bit more, keep it on the keep warm setting, and then you can also put it on the saute setting to really get the heat in there and thicken that up even more. But this is absolutely delicious. It is full of cheese, so if you're not a huge cheese person and you want less cheese, you could always cut that in half. But it's so good. We love it. It's a family favorite and it's a prepper dip, and so that's what I appreciate about it even more. So I hope you like this video. If you would, leave me a comment and let me know if you make a dip similar to this or if there's a way I could modify this. I'm always interested in new or twisting the ingredients that I use to modify the things I make. But anyway, I hope you are having an absolute wonderful new year, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.